All right, the last lesson in our geometric optics unit is about diverging lenses. And diverging lenses, we're going to talk about the ray diagrams, very similar to the diverging mirror in terms of some behavior. But again, we're focused on refraction, not reflections. And we'll be using the mirror equation and analyzing and doing the ray diagrams when we're analyzing images formed by diverging mirrors. All right, so the last lesson we're going to look at is the concave lens or the diverging lens. Has similar behavior to the diverging mirror, okay? It's going to look more like this. This is the shape of it, and you're still going to have focal lengths on this side, and it's more like a plastic, it's not a mirror. So, but any light that comes towards it is going to bend away from the focal length. Anything that goes through the center is going to be unchanged, anything. So that's a basic idea. We've inverted the shape of it so that it bends away instead of bending towards a focal point. So let's take a look at like the lens rules here. So again, the diverging lens looks something like this. We assume it's very thin, and this is our model. So here are our focal points. Light rays running horizontal will bend away from the focal point. That means they'll look like they come from this focal point. Light rays that head towards the focal point, right over here, will then bend horizontal. So this light ray is bending towards that guy right there. Like it's a straight line. If you continue that line, it would be a straight line to there. Then that one bends horizontal, and then anything that goes through the very center, through the principal axis, goes unbent. Okay, so those are the three rules. Those are the three rays. So that's the way I always think about it. Parallel, related to the focal point, towards the focal point, then parallel, and then going through the center, no change. Okay, that's the main idea of the ray diagrams here. Now, if we look at this equation here, 1 over SI, 1 over SO, what changes when it comes to diverging lenses is that we have a negative focal length. So diverging mirrors and diverging lenses both have a negative focal length, okay, because they do the same thing. And similar to the diverging mirrors, because the f is negative and the object distance is positive, the 1 over SI is always going to be less than 0. Because when you move this to the other side, you'll have a negative quantity minus a positive quantity going to still be negative. And because it's negative, that means SI is always negative, and which means we will always have a virtual image with a diverging lens. That is to say, because the light rays are bending away no matter where you place the object, it's going to have... it's never going to meet on the right side. It's only going to appear. So in this case, this picture right here that we drew, the image appears right here where the looks like the light rays appear to come from. Okay, so let's take a look at an example here. So we have a diverging lens, focal length f equals negative 3 centimeters. They already tell you it's negative. They won't always tell you it's negative. This is just something they gave you very nicely here as shown. Sketch a ray diagram to construct the image. Okay, so here's the image, and the focal length, this is at 6, so the focal point is here, and this is 6 in here. These are our focal points. So let's draw our light rays. Anything that's going to go horizontal, okay, is going to appear to come from there. So I'm going to just draw it like that, but it's going to only appear to come from there. Okay, and then just because that's all I have. And then anything that goes through the center is not going to change. And anything that bends through the focal point here will then bend horizontal. Like that. Okay. So now, where do they intersect? Where does it look like the light rays are coming from? And, well, they don't, sorry, I'm bending, this one's wrong. That was a converging lens. Got to bend towards the opposite side. I was going to say it looks a little weird. Okay, so it's got to do that. Make it look like that, and then it's going to bend horizontal like this. Okay, like that. And so if you look back at the tracing of it, the light rays all appear to come from here, right at this point right there. Okay. Calculate the distance of this image from the lens. So 1 over SI plus 1 over SO is going to equal 1 over F. That means 1 over SI plus what's the distance of the object is 6 centimeters. Remember, that's always positive. The focal length, though, is negative. So you get 1 over SI is negative 1/3 minus 1 over 6. Right, that's negative 1/2, right? This is 3/6. Oh, no, this is 2/6. Yeah, 3/6. Yeah. So then the SI is then going to be negative 2 centimeters. So that's 2 centimeters. So it's going to be right here. And I did a pretty good job. Now, careful. We're not saying, I know you're saying 2 centimeters here. The distance is 2 centimeters, right? This is distance to the lens, right? And this is a virtual image. And again, same reasoning. The light only appears to come from there. The light rays actually did not pass through that. Well, actually, I guess this one did, but we're talking about all the other ones. They appear to come from that guy over there, okay? If you found this video helpful, come check out our school community. It's got an amazing bunch of features. It's got extra videos, corrected videos, better than the ones that I have errors on YouTube. It's got multiple choice free response questions. I hold live Q&A sessions and go through more problems and I answer students' questions, help with schoolwork, all kinds of things. If you want to check it out, look in the description below or check out the website and find us in the school community. You get a 7-day free trial to give it a shot, just to check it out, see what it's like, come join some calls, and honestly, come learn AP Physics 1 even faster with us.